Hello everybody, and welcome Sandra's Stamp and Craft Studio. It's Wednesday and yes, I'm here. I've been out all day. I've been in and I've gone out again this evening and dashed back in. Wednesdays are going to be a bit of a rush for a few weeks, unfortunately. So I'm going to try and stick to the nearest 9 o'clock if I can. The weeks will get quicker. So I'm home a little bit earlier. Anyway, so I still have bags to unpack from a class out today over at Rollesby with some lovely ladies over there. Had a lovely day. The only thing is that everything is packed. What's this? Wi-Fi network seems to be dropping. Okay, let's just see whether you can catch me up and sort yourself out. There we go. So what I thought today was, because we've been using this today, I'm just going to try and find in the container I have here as to I'm going to just technique that I did last time you saw me. I'm just getting these out of here. Everything is in my containers and in my, there we go. Let's just move that one out of the way. Don't need that one. Found the stamp set and I've got the Stamparatus. Who have I got on here? I've got Lynn with me. I've got Anne, New Zealand, all the way from overseas, down under. And I've got Linda on there. Hi, my dear. I'm going to use the Layers of Beauty again because I think I want to go back to, we have done something previously with masks, but I haven't done it recently. And because we've just used that set and you saw me last time with my card on the split negative technique, I thought I'd just revisit that. So I'm just going to bring this up. Let's just get that lined up for you and bring you across down there. Get me in the corner. And there you go. You should have me on your screen. So let's just start with a bit of a recap as to what we did with this last time. So this one is in plastic at the moment. I've just realised I gave the card that they were making, or the one I did the other day for you. I gave the cards to the lady who owns the shop where I was doing my class today, because I'm a nice person like that. And she thoroughly loved it, and I just thought, well, I haven't got the sample now. I need to make this into another one. So you remember we did the split negative. If you missed it, then pop back onto the last live and you will see what I did. But I thought that I would get this one out again today. We're going to put a piece of card into the Stamparatus, and I'm going to be using some blender brushes. If I pick up the stamp set here, I just want to show you the this set. They are very underused. I have got my die here that we've been using. It's getting a little bit curly, but I'll be using that in a little while. But this is what I really want to feature, the masks. Okay, these are lovely. Oh, bless you, Linda. That's all there on videos to go back and watch. It's not a problem. So this is the packet that they come in. So I'll get rid of that. We just want these masks, okay? So I'm going to have the stamped image. The dies are in here, except the one that's already out. And there's the rest of the stamp set in there. So I'm going to pop that out of the way. But this is the bundle that I'm going to be using. Greetings can be varied, of course. So just while we talk about that and everything being on catch up, so you can actually watch things on catch up, I just want to re-emphasize that Facebook are making a lot of changes, and we've got the when we do live videos, I'll bring you back to me for a sec, take that down. When we do live videos on Facebook, Facebook is going to take away the storage capacity where we can store them on there. They're going to take that system away, and they're going to delete videos after 30 days. Okay, which isn't long. So I say you can always go back and check them. I don't know whether it's from a certain point going forward or whether it's going to be historic ones. So because I live stream, I pay for a system to live stream, a very good system, and I pay for that. My videos automatically go to YouTube and to Facebook. So what I will be doing when that happens is posting the link. It will still go out on Facebook, but I will post the link to the YouTube video back into my Facebook page with the sample. So you'll have to look for the YouTube link. if you want to go back more than 30 days. Okay, the groups and things that we do, like the Global Inspiration Team, we are working on how we can bring that to you for longer than 30 days as well. So all of that's going on in the background, so just kind of be aware of that. Little changes going on. I'll let you know as soon as I know when that's all happening, but it's gradually going to be brought in. So bring you back down to the table now. So these are the masks. So we have the image here. This was just a split negative technique that we did the other day. I just want to remind you and pop back and have a look at that. The ladies thoroughly enjoyed it today. It's been really good fun. So I'm just going to take my, one of these was moistened today. So I'm just going to clean this off. I'm not sure what state this was left in after class because we just packed up. So I'm just going to clean this. It has been stained because it's been used previously with StazOn, and that will discolour the stamp, so it's difficult to know whether it's clean or just stained. So you see it's looking quite dark on there. So pop you away. I'm going to grab a piece of white card. Okay, I hope this is a quarter sheet. Just check that. Pop this on the corner of my mat. Yeah, that's a quarter sheet of white card. So I like to use, for large images like this, I do like to use a quarter sheet because we're going to die cut it anyway, but it gives the maximum benefit on there. Okay, so we can die cut that afterwards. Okay, so I need the, oops, a bit sticky on there. Turn that one over and reposition that. I need to find my Memento black ink pad. Now I have no idea which container that, oh, I've got one on the desk here. My second one, we'll use this one. So I'm going to stamp this. We could, if you wanted to, you could actually stamp this. If you're not putting water towards this, you can actually stamp this in a grey or a light beige colour and do something called no line colouring. So that's another one for you. We'll add that to the list. I was making a big long list today of the ladies, things that they haven't seen me do or haven't played with. One of the things they also did today was the shaving foam technique. That went down really well as well. So my press is still packed, so I'll just use my fist here today, and we're just going to get a good solid image of that. I think that's pretty good. I might just do, yeah, I don't want it too dark, so I'm going to leave it like so, and I'm going to take that out. I'll clean that later. That'll probably be tomorrow now. So I've got this one to work on now. Hopefully you can all see that. Hi Shaz. Yeah, you've got this set. Oh, Linda, bless you. So when you get the mask, I'm going to just use one here at the top. You've got a little nick out of the top of these, just to remind you. Who's got masks of any description, a set of masks, and knows their numbers on here? That's number 5. I just want to put them in the right order. So I'm going to turn these over, and I should be, yes, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I left them in order, look, and there we go. So it's just easier to keep focus on what you're doing on here. So what I'm going to do is grab some of my masking tape. I just want a couple of pieces. Sorry, that big loud clicky noise. I'm going to stand this on here, just make sure that you can see it quite clearly in the middle there. I'm going to put one there and one on the opposite corner, just to anchor that down onto the table. Okay. Now, what they say with this is that, oh, now, okay, we're going to turn that one around the other way. I'll tell you for why. Because the dies are numbered in the top left-hand corner. You love layered stencils, excellent. You're out lambing, oh bless. Yes, of course, it's that time of year. That's come around quick, Shaz, hasn't it? So I was just looking up here. The numbers are the right way up in this corner. This little nick is in the top left-hand corner. Now, when you place this on here, this should fall onto the flowers where you're going to find the ones that match. So, you know what? Maybe I was right to start with. I use it this way up today with this little fork at the top here when we're doing the split negative technique. I'm going to try and find, why is this not playing ball? I'm trying to find these flowers. They are these ones down here. This is clever, isn't it? You see, you've got flowers up here. I thought it was these ones here. It is, you know, but look at how that is angled. That's really strange. Okay, I wonder if it's I've probably turned the stamp, haven't I? Okay, because of the images that we've got on here, the idea of having these little nicks is that you can lean on a piece of paper and you can make a little nick here and line all the masks up with that same little piece there. I'm going to bypass that because I've lined this up with the actual image on here, so I know that all of these are going to be in the corner there. Now, if we want it to be really clever, try and do that a little bit quieter away from the camera. I'm going to make a little V shape here, like so, to make where that, if I had washi tape, I'd use washi tape, but one there and one this way. So I know that we're going to put that into, not quite, that edge of that mask. Okay, this is thinking outside the box. So where I've put those two pieces of tape, all my masks will lay in there. Okay, so when I get the next one, they will lay, I'm going to slide off the table, all my masks will lie in that corner. So you don't have to have another piece of paper for your layers. That's going to find where you need to be. Just rearrange that just slightly to get inside your images, but that's where we're going to start. So we have some flowers in here. Okay, now I need to just anchor that down. So that anchor the mask so it's not going to move. I've got a couple of more pieces there. Okay, so we're set to go now. So now the next step is going to be on ink pads. What colours do I want to use? So anybody like to choose some colours? I was thinking tonight I might use pinks because I haven't used pinks lately. I've got some dusky pinks here. Got a bit of Blackberry Bliss. I've got a shocking pink over there. Got a baby one here, so I might try doing something like so. This is more of a red. This one looks like it could be Petunia Pop, but that's too bright with those two pinks, isn't it? Let me just give me a second, and I'm going to go and get some shades that I would like to use with this, and the ones I haven't had out today. A little quick selection here. I do love the Moody Mauve, so that's a nice one to go there. The Pretty in Pink, Flirty Flamingo. Pretty in Pink is quite a delicate one. Those two would look nicely together, wouldn't they? And then maybe another colour. Flirty's a bit peachy for me. That looks a bit peachy coming in there. But I might try a little tiny piece of the Blackberry Bliss. So did I take that one with me? This is the big question. I probably did. Let me just check. No. Well. People use it all the time. Okay. We won't be stopped by not being able to find them tonight, so I'm going to carry on with those. Just got some scraps there to do the sentiments and things like that later. So I'm going to start on here. I'm going to build up. I'm going to start with my lighter colour. So I'm going to start with the Pretty in Pink. This was one of the new in colours. Hi Yvonne, nice to see you. Pretty colours, you like them? Yeah, they are really good. So if I take a piece of, copy paper, I've got a piece here that I can use. I've just torn that getting it out of my bag. I was thinking I could just anchor this down underneath here. I just want a little bit just to lean on. So I just want to You've seen me use the brushes before, and when we tap on here, we want to just get some of that excess sharpness off, but we want to have a nice subtleness on there without going too dark. So I just want something just to blot those on, and I'm going to come in straight onto my images. Okay, just take that excess off there and just come in, building these colours up. Now, you know I love these brushes, they're so soft. Just get some ink coming up there, and tell me if you can see this. I think, sorry, my hand's going to be going 19 to the dozen here, isn't it? So what we're doing is we're making sure that all these hundreds and thousands of little thousands of bristles in there, they're really, really soft. If I bring that up to the camera, can you see those? They are literally, it looks like a piece of sponge, but they are all individual brushes on there, bristles. Okay, so, and also this sponge, the head on here is really springy. Let's try and get that so you can see. Just, I'm literally using my thumb, just the pressure of my thumb to bend it. So they won't snap, they're meant to be like that. Look at the state of my hands. You can see I've had ink on them today. All right, so I'm just going to come over here. So I'm going round in circles, clockwise and anti-clockwise, because the bristles are so fine, they will get into all those little grooves of the masks, so you won't miss a bit. If you were to use a sponge dauber, then they wouldn't get as good as these are. They wouldn't cover the whole of the area, because you couldn't get into all those nooks and crannies. Okay, and I've got these little ones up here, these little flowers. I just need to move that slightly. I think I've moved it. I'm messing about. Just a smidge in there, and then we're just going to take that excess off. It really does work just taking that edge off when you pick them up, because you can go in and you'll get a nice dark blob where you don't want it. Okay, so we're going to build this up, and the little one over here as well. Small there. It's going to use each of the flowers. A bit strange, that one in there. It's a little tiny bit there. There we go. So we've got some nice subtle pinks building up here, and clockwise and anti-clockwise on all of those, and we've got a little bit at the top there as well. Okay, so I think that one's done now. So I'm going to move that to one side, and I lift that off, and we've got some lovely imagery on there. So that's that one. Now we're going to take the next mask, which is number 2, and this, remember, we've lined this up so it's roughly going to be in that V shape there. Like I said, if I had masking tape, I'd probably use masking tape on there. We're just going to line this up with all of those little bits on here, and it's putting extra fine detail on here. Just trying to make sure I get this properly lined up. There are some extra little bits of pink coming in here. I did think I missed a bit on the other one because I wasn't sure that was actually in the right place. I'll take the tape off my last mask and reuse those, and we are here. So one piece there and one piece there. That'll just ensure that I don't go too heavy-handed with it. And if I go back to these, you'll see that there's actually 2 that are leaf-based. The last 2, so 4 and 5 are leaf-based, and this one is, the third one, is just some highlights on here. So this one's going a little bit less detail, then this one's getting less even more. So that's my light pink over there, my pretty in pink. So I'm just going to rest that out of the way. I'm going to come in with the Moody Mauve now, because it's the next level up. Hi Marilyn. Oh, bless. So this is going to be the next colour to it. I'm just using this one. So this is Moody Mauve. This is one of the in colours. But again, we want to take off that excess, just block that off to cut before we come on here. So this is just going to build these up nicely. These brushes, when they haven't been used for a while, just need to be livened up a little bit. So the ink will add that moisture, and that will just bring those up. So just such a subtle effect. These are really, really lovely. And because the masks are so precisely cut, laser cut, they're highlighting different pieces of the images. So it's not covering up the pieces in the light pink, it's covering up some little bits, but it's giving you extra detail. Just going over those. And there we go. Now I think we're done. There's a little bit there I've missed. So this was mask number 2. I'm going to lift this off, pop that out of the way over there in case we need a little bit more. And we're going to lift this mask off. And then the magic, because we've got another 2 different levels on there now. That's going to be 1, that's going to be 2. Okay. They will need a wash afterwards, so I will just wash these under the tap. They're made of, it's a thick plastic, really substantial, so you can wash these. And our inks are water-based, you know, so it's going to be easy to keep them clean. Now this one, I'm lining up on my little mark here that we made earlier. And I can see already it's going to pick up just the centre of those flowers and a little bit more detail on here. Okay, those centres there, the centre there, and those centres. So I'm ready to place my tape back again. I'm just using the same pieces each time, and I'm just going to add that little bit of accent. So I'm not wondering if Blackberry Bliss is going to be too dark. My current one in the new design ink pads is, missing in action. It will probably be still buried in one of my bags, so I'm using this one for now. If you think it looks a little bit different, now hopefully we've still got a lot of ink in this pad. So it's more of a purple shade. It's a dark purple. This one is lighter because it's obviously an older pad. Okay, so I'm just going to go in the same. So I've working that up, so it's got some ink on there. And just add those details in. Just keep going circular and clockwise and anti-clockwise. Okay, as we build those middle pieces up there. And it looks like it's a mess, but underneath it's only covering where the mask is free. Okay. And the colours start blending, the contrast and highlights. So pretty, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. The masks are these were a really good addition to our catalogue. I don't use them often enough. We've had some lovely masks and I really should use them more. They give your arm a workout as well because you're getting a little bit of exercise. Technically, as with all exercise, you really should do some left-handed, but it just feels weird to me. I'm not a left-handed person. Okay, now I think that's enough. It's just giving it that subtleness of those highlight accents. Just pick this up again. Now look at that, the colours in there, isn't that looking good? So I'll keep those 2 pieces of tape again. Place that one over there to be washed. Now we're going to switch over and we're going to use some greens. So I'm going to just shut that one. That is a very old pad. I feel embarrassed getting that one out. So I have got Old Olive and I've got Mossy Meadow. They're going to be my 2 greens. They are my go-to greens, these 2 here. Okay, move that one away out of sight. Put that back over there. Now I've got 2 here. These ones, this is a lighter green and this is the darker green. This is a good point to just point out to you that we do actually have 2 different sizes. So these come in a pack on their own and then these ones come in a pack on their own. This one's actually saying Mossy Meadow on there. They've not been used recently. So I don't think it's going to be, that's quite dark as well. Because this is looking paler on here, I'm going to use that one that way and then that one on there. Okay, so we're going to place the number 4 mask. I've got to get those out of the way because we want our little markers, don't we? Okay, so this is my little V that I'm working on. So I'm going to line that there. It's because I've taped this to the table, it's not going to move. It's going to stay in the same position. And this is going to be the base of our leaves. So this is giving you the background and then the highlights will be darker. So I'm happy that that is in the right place. So we'll another piece of tape on there and one over here. Okay, and we want Old Olive. Perfect for Mother's Day, absolutely. Give it a go over the weekend. Yes, Linda, I know you've got some stencils. We've had some lovely ones, haven't we? Just going to move this round as I go so I'm not leaning over. Okay, so just taking some of that excess off and getting some moisture into that from the inks. There we go. As I said, the other pieces that we've already dealt with, the flowers, have already been blotted out, so they're not there. They're covered over, so it's not going to spoil those. It's a common misconception that you're going to ruin what you've already done. So clockwise and anti-clockwise. I just thought this would be a nice one to carry on with, having done that split negative technique on the last live. Just there we go. It's nice seeing it build up gradually. There we go, look at that. And it's only going to the places that we want it to go to. Right, now these little ones over on the left here, both directions. You can build your layers up because we're knocking the excess ink off that brush here, but you can build those colours up. Just be careful if you are leaning on your mask, you could actually end up picking this up and then touch your card afterwards. So just be a little bit careful. So it's not scrubbing, it's just circular motions. It's quite therapeutic actually. Be a good one to do on mass production as well actually. Because you just sit there with a good film on. So you could do all your layer 1s, all your layer 2s, etc. Right, I think that's got a nice base colour there. And then lift that one off. And we're starting to build nicely, look, aren't they lovely? So keep those two pieces of tape. And then last but not least, this one's coming on. Again, we're looking for the marker here. This is where we lined it up. And it's just going to highlight over those leaves again. We'll close that one. In fact, I'm going to close these other ones because they'll just dry out otherwise. Don't think we're going to need them again. I'll shut that one, click and shut. And that one. Unless we're going to use, we might just need one of them for a sentiment. Okay, so now we'll do Mossy Meadow, and this is number 5. So this is our last one. Just build this up. Just get that moistened in there. Okay, just a little bit of accents then. Here we go. That is. There we go. Just building them up. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. There we go. They're nice special cards, aren't they? Like you said, for Mother's Day or special occasions. Now that's that one. And as I close the ink pad up, get that out of the way, and as I take this last layer off, we should now see the full reveal of the whole piece on here. Okay, now we have all those layers on there already, and that is the finished image. Okay, I seem to have a little bit here that I missed on that first one. I know I did, but the very first one, it's these little bits here on there, just that tiny little bit. They're buds and I missed them. I thought they were leaves, so I thought that that was in the wrong place. So let me just do that first layer again with Pretty in Pink. And I'm just, because it's such a small area, I'm actually going to hold it. Just tap that excess ink off again. So it's just those two little ones there. There we go. And there we go. We're all done. Hope you can see them. I'll point those out in a sec. Hi Maureen. Sunny Australia. Thank you. We've had a downpour of rain today, Maureen. It's yeah, it wasn't terribly nice earlier, and especially being by the, I was up near the coast as well. So, but there's our finished card, our finished layer. Now, isn't that beautiful? Now we do have the die, as I said. We could die cut this. I've got lots of tape on here, and we could lay this in here and actually die cut that. But I do feel that we did that on the last one we did the split negative technique here, and we put raised pads on here. But I think today, you know what, I like that, and I think I'm just going to use that whole panel down onto a card. I'm going to take, we don't need our markers anymore, stick them on my camera stand. Sorry, I just jiggled you. Okay, and I'm going to make this into a base card. I'm going to work out what colours I'd like to use. I think I'm going to go with, I think I might use Mossy Meadow as a base. I have got, you know, I keep the base cards at the back of my packs. I think I've got one there. That one's ready to go. And then I really could do with that dusky pink, that beautiful colour, the Moody Mauve. Let me just grab that. So I've got Moody Mauve and Pretty in Pink. These were the colours that we used. So I want to put a layer on there. You know, I like to walk you through how my colour choices go. So I've got that sort of effect. Bear with me. Sunny and so easy to achieve. Absolutely. Even for beginners. Well done, Shaz. Absolutely. Just lining those up, those little nicks in there, once you've got your starting point, they are really, really good. So we've got the Moody Mauve there, but I've also got, if I wanted to just try to see what this one was like instead, whether this brightens it and lifts it a little bit. So do we prefer that pink, that lift it and lighten it a little bit? Or do we like the nice dark subtles of that one with the Moody Mauve and put that one on there? Decisions. The decisions are over to you guys. You tell me what you'd like to see. Because the other thing is, this will have to be trimmed down a little bit. So if I'm going to keep the whole panel, I do need to trim that down. So let me start trimming, and you tell me which pink you'd like to go with. That one or that one with those. I'll leave that there. So I'm going to grab a trimmer and just bring this down. There are some white gaps around here, so I'm going to just take the edges off, bring it as close as I can. Now when you have pink, lighter one pink, that's 3 of the lighter ones I think, and 1 on Moody Mauve. Sorry Linda, you're outnumbered again. This is just taken off a tiny slither. Now when you've got a small tiny piece to take off there between where the leaf is, if you start in the middle, instead of starting at the top or bottom, you might drag that little piece with you. If you start, press that into your card, go upwards and then downwards from that, that stops you tearing, or helps to prevent you tearing that little narrow strip. Could easily have dragged with that tiny blade in there, could have just pulled and tore it as it went. So that's just another little tip for you today. And I'm going to bring this one in fairly close. Okay, there's a lot of what so take that down, and now I will square this off to where we want to use it. Okay, so if I go down to 10, it needs to come down a little bit less than that really. Be as close as I can. Get this in proportion. Little piece there as well. So start again in the middle. I'm just taking a tiny slither, and then that will save it from tearing. I want it to be in proportion to the card. So we've got one for Modium over there. We've got the darker one at the bottom. We've got 2, 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 for the lighter one. So I think you're outnumbered. We're going to have to go with that one. Democratic decision. So we're going to go on here like so. We will be slightly out of proportion, but I think it will still be a nice finish. Now I'm just going to run my fingers along there because the blade can see where that's been. Like so. So this is where I will eyeball this. I will put this layer on here, and I will just mark on here where I want that to be. I need a pencil. My diary's next door, and I'll just grab another propelling pencil. There's not one in my bag. Can't beat a good propelling pencil for doing craft work. Okay, these are the new ones, so I'll just get the nib just coming through the top there. So I'm eyeballing this as in, it's a bit of a squashed corner there, so I'm gonna use this corner. So I just want a small border just to highlight that colour. So I'm just gonna make a little mark here, the same gap as I've got top and the side, and I'm gonna make a little eyeball mark just there, same distance. So I've got the same distance around those two. Leave that one parked on there. Pencil can go away, and I need a guillotine to cut those. I think we'll use this one again. It's just kicking the edge, giving a little edge on this card. My blade might need to be changed. So then this one, my little mark is here. So that's going in this cutting track down here. I think I showed you the other day, if you get muck in your track down here, just take a little slither of card now and again and just run it down there. And any of those fibres from the card will come out. It helps your blade. Just get that nicely square in there and cut that off. There we go. And then we can build. So we've got 2 layers on that one. Oh dear, just a sec. I have a box with all the glues in from today. I took them all with me, and they unpacked somewhere. A white tray. The other side of the desk. I took this one with me today. I found it was a container that I wasn't using. This is one of the IKEA ones. Oh, don't want to see those. Might be another project coming up. And so I took all the Tombos and popped them in there today just to keep them all together. So they're all nice and neat and tidy. So just remove the lid off there. So we're just going to drizzle the Tombow around the outside edge. Let's get glue on my fingers. There you go, tiny little bead around there, very sparingly. Scribble in the middle. I'm going to lay that one on there. I'm going to decide which way up you like your flowers. Now, we had the conversation today. There was no Australian cards upside down. They were just really how you see your image and what you would like to do with it. There's no wrong or right, really. You could have your image that way up. It's kind of like a florist design that way, or you could turn it that way up. It really doesn't matter. You could have like a triangle that way. I think I prefer it this way. I was aiming for this little pair of ears at the top here, and then coming down here to the leaf to do the split on the last card. Because it's a big focal image, it will fill the majority of that card. So I am going to put all these layers on here flat. We're just making sure we've got a little bit of the green showing all the way around. Okay, then we're going to put some detail by putting a greeting on, and we're going to sentiment, and we're going to raise that up. Okay, little bead down there, a little scribble through the middle. Got a nice English card, not an Australian upside down. And then we'll pop that around. So we've got an even border all the way around there. It's hard to see against the dark mat, I'm sorry guys. The top and bottom are even and the left and right are even. There we go. Because it's nice dry ink on here, it's not going to smudge. It's just really nice and pristine. And there's the finished. There we go. Oh, thanks, Anne. It's just the colours, and it's all that you need. You could do this. I like my yellows, you know. I've got yellows still out on the table. You imagine doing this with the spring, like those papers. We've got the lemon lolly, we've got the daffodil delight, and the crushed curry. Those three would blend lovely for your floral image. So it's just putting different combinations together. The lilacs on their own, the freesia, the Highland heather, and blackberry bliss, or yeah, just any combinations that you like together will look really nice on there. Okay, so I'm going to just do a quick sentiment. Now, we did have out today, we had a thank you somewhere. There is this thank you here. Look, we used the thanks from the My Small Business set. Don't ask me where that case is at the moment. No, it's not on the table. We've got that one, and we've got another one. Thank you it's so easy to use. It's always need a thanks card. This is quite a I don't know, it's a bold sentiment, but this one's a little bit small. I think I like that one better, so I think we're going to use that. We're going to grab a little scrap of the white card. We're going to make sure that this is going to fit into one of our dies here. The stylish shapes come to the fore again. So these ones here, I'm sure this will fit in to this one. Yeah, that'll fit in there. So we use that one, and I'm going to stamp that on white, and then I'm going to run it through the machine. So I have the scraps here ready. So I always put it, the ladies today asked me, why do I always put it up here and not anywhere else on the Stampin' It's because if it sticks to here and we want to re-ink it because we miss a little bit, then we can always push it right into the corner, and we know we've got that anchor point. It's always going to meet up there. So that's why we use this one. I think I'd like to bring the green through again, so I am going to use Mossy Meadow on there. So we're going to ink this one up. See, we've got the leaves, we just want to bring that through a little bit stronger. Because it's such a small greeting, I'm not putting anything under to support it. Okay. I said to the ladies today, it's a small scrap of card, and it's basically, if it's doesn't work perfectly, then we'll throw it away and do another piece, or turn it over and do it again. This big piece of card we've used for the flowers. It's a bit different if you've done all of that work and then you have something wrong with it. Little piece is always easy to replace. There we go, and that's done and dusted. Just 2 coats. I'll take that off there. I'll clean that down later. That's just going to go on that piece of paper. So this is going to be our greeting. We're going to run it through the machine. A wee bit excessive, I know, but put them on the floor. The big one is right beside me in the scrapbook trolley, so we have got a big machine for a tiny greeting. And I did treat them to a new mat, a new cutting mat today. So we've got the old one there, but this was a new, nice, pristine new. I wear them out. I keep using them and using them until they actually split. A couple of pieces of tape there. So we want to get that right in the middle. Do that left to right as well, top to bottom. Anchor that down, and the other end. And run that through. There, get rid of the machine. There we go, see how we go. So take those off. Now the teeth on here are so detailed, it really does like to grip. It doesn't like to let go. Just need to gently just prise that through. Just press through that middle of the die, and then that will just peel away. Okay. So just flatten that out, and that's going to be our greeting. So just flattening that out. Now, where we place that is another choice. Looking for my tweezers. There we go. So if we take my hands out of the way, and we can see where we'd like to place that. You could put that kind of like it just coming through there, so you see all the majority of the flowers. Could go in that. There's more of a gap in there, but I don't want to hide the little flowers. So you can see, you get more of a picture. I think that's probably going to be the best place. Okay, now I've done that onto white card. You could go and ink the edges around there if you wanted to. I've got a piece of sponge here actually. I might just give that a haircut and do exactly that. So just to accent that edge a little bit, but I'm just wondering which colour to do it in. I think I'm going to go with Moody Mauve, just to give it a little tiny hint. So I'm going to use the back of this one, just a little piece of sponge, and just fluff that edge very, very slightly. And like I said before, I do this over the actual ink pad rather than the project, because when you're fluffing like this, you do get little splatters of ink can just go over your project, and you might not want that on there. Just a little piece of soft sponge. Just fluffs that nice and gently. It's a bit small really, but it's doing its job. There we go. And if I just put my tweezers on there, you'll be able to see it just accents that edge a little bit, maybe a little bit more along the top. Just delicate. There we go. That would actually, my dear, yes, sad occasion, but yes, it would make a nice sympathy card there. I need to find my Stampin' Dimensionals. They aren't, they're not packed. They're not unpacked either, so they're all in a box together. There we go. These little tiny ones here will be just fine. So I want to make sure that there's enough support on here. So I want one each end, and I want to make sure it's going to hold and not sag in the middle. So pop some of those on there. There we go. Tip those in the bin. Pick that up on the fingers. And then we're ready just to place that one where we'd like that. Just in that gap there. Okay. Just there, I think. There we go. And how does that look? Okay. If you've got gems to hand, you could put some more gems on there. Like I said, everything's away. I've got, I might be lucky. There we go. I do like the clear ones on here, so I'm just going to randomly put, randomly or trio. I think we'll do a trio like we did the other night. 1, 2, and 3. A little bit of sparkle. There we go. And how do we like that one? There we go, finished article. And just no intricacy on there. You're just letting the masks do all your work for you. Okay, they are really, really nice. I love the set. I just need to use it more often. Okay, that'd be lovely to make some cards with. Okay, so I hope you liked that today. Sorry, I was a little bit of a rush. Oh bless, I've got some hearts and things going up there. It's lovely, thank you very much. There we go. Excellent. Okie doke then. So that's my card for tonight. We are Wednesday tonight, aren't we? Yes. So Sunday night is the next live. As always, if you've got any requests for me, then please do put some requests out. The class today, just in conversation of one person mentioning something she was trying to describe to me, and I didn't grasp how on earth she could possibly put those two things together, suddenly triggered 4 things that I thought, oh, you haven't seen this, I can show you that another time. And that then led to other things. And I've got a lovely long list now that they would like to do in the future. So it's really good. So do let me know what sort of things you'd like to see. If you've seen a product out there or something in the catalogue, if I've got it, and I can, if you send me a little message and ask me to build that in somewhere, then I'm more than happy. It actually helps me to know, to have a request, so I know how I can, what I can do for you for that next live. Okay, so take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. It's a little bit later now, but I will be back with you on Sunday. Okay, so take care, and I will